One. And welcome to gosh, welcome to the end of my world. It is a conversation with Coryelle, and we are here, and she's got presents behind her. It's deep and dark, and this is the last week before you can start putting up your Christmas decorations and your trees and all that stuff. But Coryelle and I are working on your animal dynamic toys for Christmas, and this is another edition of that. And so, Coryelle, there you are. How are you?
I'm good. You want to take a moment, or are you all right? You feel like you're having a little bit of a stroke or something.
Having a moment. Just let me have my moment and
Okay.
in peace, would you please?
Okay. Whatever, man. You're
Yeah.
cool. You're cool.
So
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm very good. I'm excited. I
got to say this before we begin. You got lots going on again. You still got out there Coast to Coast, which is coming up on the 14th of December, which is going to be a great interview that you're going to do with George. And it's going to be great fun for you. And I just wanted to get that out there first and foremost.
Thank you. Yeah, that's December 14th. I'm going to be a guest on George Norrie's Coast to Coast Radio. Very exciting. This is the first nationally syndicated radio show that I've done. So it's going to be awesome sauce. And that's going to be at between 1 and 3. I'll be on between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. So I understand, if my peeps can't watch or can't listen, but, it'd be great if you could, and if you can, and if you just happen to be on, or you got insomnia that night, or you just want to support me in what I do, please feel free to call in. Especially, I would love to hear from, I'm sure they would love to hear from somebody who I've done the animal dynamics work with, so that they can get firsthand and not just have to listen to me talk about them, how great they are. So whatever, it's great. Whatever you could do would be fabulous.
Now, I just want to remind everybody to check your local listings for air times, because it may vary a little bit according to your time zone.
Yes.
Where you are.
Yes, absolutely.
So be aware of that, and that's really cool. Today we're going to talk about the animal dynamics, and we're going to talk about the
sensory.
So I want
the sensory.
Yeah.
The sensory. So the sensory is basically exactly what it says. It's an animal that is very tied to their senses. Now, animals are usually very tied to their senses, of course, because they're animals, but the sensory feels everything. That's the best way I could describe it. They feel everything. So they're very, very super empathic. They're super sensitive to noises and sounds and smells and people's vibrations, and they feel everything with their entire body, with all that they are. So because of that, the sensory loves, things that feel good on their body. They're also prone, but not always, but they're prone to things like stranger danger. So, you might want to, if somebody is coming to the house, it would be beneficial to the sensory animal if you just let them know. And I know it sounds, whatever, but, like I got to talk to my, just tell them, especially around the holidays, you got a lot of people, well, especially now that COVID is whatever it is, it's not as strong, whatever, as it used to be. But the holidays, this is going to be probably the first holidays where people are going to be spending it with other people outside of their circle. So, you might, if you have a sensory animal, just let them know you're going to be okay. Thanksgiving is coming up in 2 days or 4 days or 5 days, or, 3 days. So just let them know we're going to have people coming in. You're going to be okay. It's going to be, Auntie Boo Boo and Uncle Philly and Papa, and just letting them know what the dealio is, because you don't want to spring stuff on a sensory animal, because they usually react very negatively. And what I mean negatively is hiding under the bed, hiding in the closet, not being around, being totally and completely stressed out. So the sensory animal is somebody who's going to be doing very well when you let them know what the heck is going on. The sensory animal is also an animal that responds very well to toys that aren't too overly much. So looking back on the direct and demanding toys, that is absolutely probably not going to do well with the sensory animal. Okay, it's too much. Like the flingama string and the floppy fish. Too much. They'll be hiding under the bed. They like things that either move slowly or they can move it at their own pace. So here are some things, and granted, some of these things are not toys, but there's still something that make the sensory animal happy. So I've included them because that's what they're all about. They don't necessarily need toys in order. The toy is about making them happy and making them feel good. So if you give them something that makes them feel good, it doesn't matter if it's a toy or not, if they play with it or not. So we got some things that the sensory will like, not necessarily toys. What I would tell everybody is this, of course, is a lot of these toys and a lot of these things I'm going to show you, some can be easily washed. If you can at all, somehow or another, figure out a way to wash them, to just take the manufacturing residue off, it's going to be beneficial. What we're also doing is that I'm going to be giving away a toy for each a toy for each dynamic. So what we're doing is that if you want to be included in the raffle, what you have to do is you have to leave a comment either here on Facebook, on YouTube. It doesn't matter, but the comment has got to be your animal's name, what your animal is. Dog, cat, horse, because we got horse stuff too. Dog, cat, horse, bird. We got bird stuff too. Anything. It doesn't matter. And then your animal's dynamic and why you think that animal is that dynamic. It can be simple as, one word, one sentence. Okay. It doesn't have to be anything going on hugely. And then that ends December 17th. And then we'll do a special show on the 18th announcing what the animal, the dynamics, who the winners are. So
the 18th is a Tuesday, isn't it?
You're gonna make me look. You are gonna make me. Are you gonna make me look? You go really make me look. Really?
No.
No, the 18th is a Saturday.
So it'll be Friday night at midnight is your deadline, and then we will do the giveaway Saturday the 18th.
Right. So let's say it really is midnight on December 18th. Okay, the when it turns from the 17th into the 18th. Okay, that's by the end of the day or the end of the December 17th. That's when it ends. So 2021. So if somebody sees this, video in 2 years, it's over. Okay, 2021.
But if you call Coryelle, she'll give you a free toy, no matter when. I'm kidding.
Okay. All right. So let's get to it. So the first one is the sheer fun for cats. When you get a second.
I will when I get a second. Let's see. Okay, and there we are, and I knew that I would do this. Let's see. There you are,
I
and
try, I tried to make it as easy as
you,
possible there.
you do. But you see, I got to share the screen, and then I got to go there, and I got to go here, and I got to go like this. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. It
Well,
works.
it's working now. Great. Okay. So this can be found this on the website sheerfunforcats.com. What this is it's and you know something with something like this, I mean it's not an expensive toy. It's $17, okay? But basically if you wanted to, you can make something like this yourself. Okay, it's not that easy. It's not that hard. It's not rocket science, but I figure what the heck? You know, I don't have time to make my own toys all the time. So what this it's a durable 18 by 32 inch sheer fabric. It's got crinkle paper sewn into the edges, the blue edges where you see that's the crinkle paper. It's got Velcro. So what you essentially do is you can put the Velcro tabs on, on a table, on their favorite toy or their favorite stand or something else like that. There, it also comes with something called it also comes with a ball, if a wiffle ball attachment, if you want to. What this does is it exercises your cat's mind and body. It's easy to move around the house. So that's good because if they get tired of it or bored in the same place, you can move it easily. It's a fantastic way to play. It's like one of the toys that I talked about for the direct and demanding is one of my ginger boy's favorite toys is when I take a towel, I put it on the ground and I put like a back scratcher under it and I move that. This is kind of like the same thing, only it's standing up. So it gives them the sense of hunting, but they also like they get to go under the little sheer toy. It's fun. It's a fun little toy for your sensory animal because the sensory animal likes this because it feels good to them. Number one, it feels good against their skin and they can get underneath it. It's about their hunting instincts, so it keys into their hearing and their sight and their smell and the whole 9 yards. And it's a fun little toy to have around if you wanted to too. Plus it's easy. Boom, you put it up, you take it down, you put it up, you take it down. That's the Sheer Fun toy for cats, found on sheerfunforcats.com. And Sheer Fun is spelled just like the way the cat's toy is. I thought it was kind of cool, and again, the sensory, you want to find toys that really stimulate them, but don't overwhelm them. They can play at their own pace. They're not forced to, because the sensory, you don't want to rush the sensory. So, a toy that, a motorized toy is moving at the toy's pace, not at the sensory's pace. You feel me? So it's important to get them toys that move at their pace. Toys like, wands and things like that there that you can slow down or speed up or slow down or middle speed or speed up again and then go slow again at the pace of the animal. And that's why this Sheer Fun toy is so cool. It's basically moves at their pace. They can play with it when they want to play with it. And, it's not overstimulating too much to them. So the other toy that I have, whenever you're ready.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna hurry right now. Let's see. And the pressure.
And then what I'll do is I'll also let you know when you can switch from the first to the second.
Okay, I'll do the first. Thank you. I'll do the first.
This is a cool little thing. I don't know. I think it's a toy. I consider it a toy. Okay. But it's when I first saw this, I thought it was a really cool toy. And I found this actually on housepanther.com. So house is spelled the German way you spell house, which is HAUS, panther.com. And I think she's got really cool stuff. Excuse me, I have to. I'm sorry. It's just we got um, very dry weather here, so it's killing my nose.
I'm sorry. I hate that.
Well, thank you.
See, can you see that? Not yet,
No,
because I have to go like this. I have to go like this, and then I gotta go like this, and then I gotta go like this, and now you can see it.
there you go. So this is from Newts, Noots, pets.com. It is called the Lima Tunnel. It is a buttoned assembly, interactive, cutout, created tunnel made from really soft felt and very durable felt. Um, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty thick. It's about this thick. I'm gonna absolutely get this for my cat. I think this is really, it's funky, it's modern, it's versatile. You can use the holes to put like put a feather in there and in the different holes and stuff like that. Again, moving at your sensory's pace. Now, I'm not saying all the dynamics aren't going to love this. They probably will, but I think the sensory is going to love this. It's also a pretty cool toy, I think, maybe for the rule breaker, because when you get a second, Kevin, can you go to the second picture?
When I get a second, you betcha I will do
So
that.
it's a tunnel, okay, and you can use the holes, which looks like Swiss cheese, with the feather or a wand to really get them going and get them fun, get them playing with it. The really cool thing I'm going to show you in a second is what this thing can really do.
Ta-da!
So, thank you, Kevin. So, what this thing is that because it's got buttons, okay, what it can do, or snaps, what it can do is you can bend it in different ways. You can bend it into different things. So, it's a box. It's almost like a box. What cat doesn't like a box? I mean, seriously. I mean, my cat, I can't leave a Chewy's box open without my rule breaker going crazy. Okay. But the sensory is really cool because, again, you can use it. They can feel good into it. You could put maybe a little pad at the bottom of it and it becomes almost like a cat bed. But what's great is because of the holes, remember, a sensory is about the senses. What's great about the holes is that they can see if something or someone is coming towards the bed. It gives them the sense of security. It gives them a sense of safety because they can see out. They can't always do that in all cat beds. So with the cat bed, sometimes their visual is blocked. But with this, they have the holes. They can always look out and see and make them feel comfortable and safe. It's a great toy. Okay. It's a great little thing. And again, this is nothing really expensive. I mean, even if it was just, and it comes in two different colors. It comes in black and white, and it comes in turquoise and white, or turquoise and gray. Great little combination. But this is not expensive. This is $29. But it's really I think it's really a cool, functional, modern kind of, like, I love modern looking things in my house. So it'll add to the coolness of your house if you're into the modern stuff. I just think it's a great toy. When I saw this for the sensory, immediately I thought of them. When I saw this toy, immediately I thought of the sensory. It gives them a feeling of security and safety. It gives them, because can you go to the other image, the first image, when you get a second, Kevin? You're doing
Back
great,
to
by the way.
the one that we did.
Yeah, the first one of the tunnel. And now I'm by myself, but he'll be back. He will be back. Our Kevin will be back. So just to continue, okay, the really cool thing about the tunnel is if you go on like chewies.com or petco.com, you're going to find tunnels. The problem with the tunnel, especially for a sensory animal, they might not feel safe in there because they can't see out. They get scared or feeling insecure. And when he has the tunnel
No,
picture up,
that's not the right one. But hold on just a second. See,
it's okay.
this is what makes it
Okay.
so much. This is
It's
what
okay.
makes
We're
it.
doing great. We're doing great. It's all good.
I know it.
So if you go to a typical tunnel is a full piece of material. Usually there's no holes in it. I know for me, my girl Sacred would never go in there. She's a full-blown sensory, full-blown. Okay. So I know she would never go in there. She would never trust that. Thank you, Kevin. So the beauty about this is it's got plenty of holes for them to feel safe. They're more than likely to go in there. If you need to, you can always entice them in there with a little bit of nip. Give them a little bit of catnip because the sensory loves catnip. Loves catnip. And I'm going to be showing you some toys that my girl Sacred absolutely love. And they're catnip toys, and they're made so well that years later, I've had some of these toys for 4 years. They still play with them because that catnip is a really high quality, good catnip. But you put a little bit of Yowie catnip in there. I love Yowie. It's organic, and I love their products. So if you want to get a little bit of Yowie catnip and put that in there to entice the sensory to go in there. So that is the Lima tunnel.
And then they can put their paws through the little holes, or
they can put their paws through the holes when you play with them with some kind of toy, like a wand toy or a streamer toy or a feather, and they'll love it. They'll feel good. And because it's very thick felt, so what's going to happen is they might roll over. And some of these tunnels, not all of them, but some of the tunnels have got like hoops in them. So I'm not saying anything can happen, but I just feel safer when there's nothing else holding this thing up besides the material itself. So if they roll over, like the ones with the hoops in them, they could hurt themselves. They could, or it's not going to feel comfortable to them because they'll get a hoop in their rib or something. This is just felt. It's very thick felt. I think it's awesome. I'm definitely going to order one of these for my animals. But that's the Lima tunnel.
Very nice.
So without, again, like I said, this thing especially that I'm about to show you is not necessarily a toy, but it brings unending joy to my orange ginger. Now, my orange ginger he's a rule breaker. He's definitely a direct and demanding, but he's also got a dash of sensory in him. And he loves this toy. He loves this bed. It's a bed. It's not a toy. He loves this bed. Now, I'm going to show you what one of my favorite products on the planet. Okay. And whenever you're ready.
Which one is this?
This is the bed.
Okay.
The last one I sent you.
Okay. The one that you sent me hasn't showed up yet, but
okay. If it still hasn't shown up.
No.
Okay, then 86 it. We'll do it next week. It's one of my favorite. I'm gonna do it
Saturday.
We'll do it Saturday. So it's one of my favorite things on the planet. Sorry, we'll do it next week. But it's something that you can really customize. You can customize exactly not only to your home and the way your home looks, but you can customize it to your sensory. You can customize it to your rule breaker. They have all different kinds of They have options. And I promise you we'll bring this up next week. But again, so we got the sheer fun toy for cats. This week is about cats. Okay. That's just the way it turned out. There's no, it's just the way it is. The sheer fun toy, again, you should know it's made in the USA. Okay. They ship worldwide, but I like that it's made in the USA because I like supporting people who are here. Not that there's anything wrong with people other places. It's just, it's fine. It's great. But I just, I wanted to support the home front. Let's call it the home front. And that one, the sheer is sheerfunforcats.com. Okay. Then we have the Lima tunnel that we saw before, and that's Noots, Noots, pets.com. And that's the Lima tunnel. And it's awesome. Really is awesome. So that's it. That's the sensory. Again, just a little tip. I know we got Thanksgiving coming up. So again, I want to stress letting your animals know if there's somebody coming over, okay, and they're letting them know about that, maybe giving them a safe spot where they can get used to the noises and stuff in a quiet, like, room somewhere with the door closed, and asking people not to please go in there for a little bit because they're stressing out. I know that you want your animal to feel good and happy about the fact that, hey, it's the holidays coming up and we're all together, and I get it. But there are some animals that don't respond to that. So they would respond better to the fact that you give them the space. Again, sensory. The sensories need space. They need time. You can't rush them. So giving them their space, a quiet place to get adjusted, and then you'll probably have a better time. They'll have a better time, and you'll have a better time with them. And then also making sure that maybe you might want to throw some rescue remedy into their water if they really get stressed with stranger danger. Rescue remedy is a flower essence. You can find that on Amazon. You can find that at any good shopping center like Sprouts or any organic market, or what's the one that Amazon bought? I know. I keep getting on Trader Joe's. I know somebody's going to let me know what it is, but the big one where the Whole Foods.
Oh, yeah.
Whole Foods. You could probably find it at Whole Foods. Rescue remedy drops. Throw that in there. It supports them. It helps them with stress and fear. And they'll be much happier, especially with especially have rescue remedy on hand, especially with the holidays coming up. Definitely. So that's it. That's the sensory animal. That's the toys for the sensory. Leave a comment. You get with the comment with your animal's name, your animal's breed, your animal's or species, and your animal's dynamic and why. One little trait. I've given you a lot on the video. So, and then you'll be entered into the raffle that ends December 18th.
Correct. Technically, the 17th at midnight, but who's counting? So anyway, that's awesome, Coryelle. Thank you so much. If you have a question for Coryelle and you want to ask it now, you can go into the comment section and ask a question real quick. Because we're not gonna make her do this any longer because she's not feeling all that well.
I'm feeling fine. and it's not COVID. I just have a drippy nose today. That's it. It's not. It's okay. I'm okay. I promise. I'm okay.
Yeah, well, you got to be because on the 14th you've got a big date with Destiny.
It's onwards and upwards. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get more. It's only going to get bigger. So,
yep, coast to coast with George Ori, and you're going to have a good time.
Ori.
Yes, I don't know what I said.
Ori.
Ori. That's what I thought I said.
You did. It's Nori.
Okay. Well, you see, he's another broadcast guy, and I don't follow those guys. What do they know? You know,
What do they know? He's just a nationally syndicated individual. What does he know? I don't know.
He's only
whatever. It's cool. Nori, whatever.
Well, he took the place. He took the place of an actual legend, whose name escapes me right now. So, Art Bell.
Art Bell.
So it's that show. If you're wondering what show it is, it's that's the one that's on late night just about everywhere in the world. Mm-hmm. And Coryelle's going to be there, and she's going to blow his socks off. You're going to do really well.
From your lips to God's ears.
Yes, ma'am. You're going to do really well. So thank you, everybody, for participating. We will be back Saturday at noon with the second half of the Sensory. And then who do we got next week? What are you going to do next week?
Next week is going to be Shifta.
Shifta. So this week on Saturday, the Sensory, invite your friends so that they can find more toys for the Sensory. And then the Shifta next weekend, followed by the Translucent. No, I'm kidding.
Transcendent.
I knew that. I'd have gotten to it eventually. So, Coryelle, thank you so much for being here. And
thank you.
Hope everybody has a great day. And by the way, we're not going to see you until Thanksgiving is over. So
happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And to you too, Kevin.
And remember, do not put the stuffing in the bird. It dries out the bird. Put fruit in there instead, and you will have a very flavorful or wonderful turkey that will literally it stays moist for a very long time. So put apples and oranges and lemons. And
how about a pineapple? Can I shove a pineapple up in there?
If you can get it to fit, or you cut the pineapple into bits and put it in there, you betcha. It'll taste like a turkey Hawaiian pie.
What do? You cut it? I mean, we're going off on a tangent. Do you cut it up or you stuff it in whole?
Which part? The
fruit, the lemons.
What you do is you cut it, you quarter them. And then first of all, you take out everything from both ends of the turkey. Don't forget the front end, because there's that little pocket, that little bag of giblets and stuff that's in the front.
All right.
Yeah. So you take all that out, and you can put garlic in there and some garlic powder. Just pour that in, and then you put apples and oranges and lemons in both ends. And then you seal them so that they're nice and tight in there, and then you cook the thing as you normally would, and then when it's done, you just take you're not going to serve the fruit. The fruit is designed to let go of its essences. So actually, the turkey can actually have a little orange flavor tint to it. It's really good.
Oh, nice. Oh, look at this. See, folks, you thought you were just going to get toys for your pet, but you also get turkey like tips.
Yeah.
We're constantly keeping it going. You never know what you're going to get. It's crazy town up in here.
Coryelle, I used to do turkey dinner for like 14 at my house.
Okay.
And so I know this stuff. That's the one meal I can do. I can do breakfast too, but we'll do that another time. So, but thank you everybody for being here. We'll have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe. Drive carefully when you're going out and about. And we'll see you on Saturday, safe and sound. Hey, and thanks for listening to this episode all the way to the end. Hey, pretty cool. Hey, don't forget to follow us so you can receive regular updates and new posts. And remember, take care of each other, because each other's all we've got. See you next time.